some Mario cartridges, right?
We took them away from the kids and we hit them, and we hit them really so good I don't even know where they are.
I'll take a look around the your neighbors.
Well, we've got a girl that's available. She's 27 and she's quite good looking.
No, not for me. I come to garage sales to save money.
Doing this for a while, going out to the G sales, strange thoughts start to form in your head. You know, often you're in this haze from asking the same questions over and over again. By the time Monday rolls around, you know, you're looking at the grocery checkout clerk a little funny, and you're wondering if she has any video games. You go insane. Have any video games? Are you sure? Not even old ones? Game Boy? Sega? Nintendo? Atari? Brisk.
Ah, that's brisk, baby.
Alright. Got the lighting, got a drink, got the table set up. Let's get the results started. Alright, so let's see. I've had this little ride-in ship because for a while now, just because Ride-in was pretty much like one of the first shoot-'em-ups that I've ever played, and they released these kind of little, I guess they're like little gashapon, you know, those little crank toys, whatever. This came out a while ago from a series called Shooting Historica. You should look it up. They have a bunch of different ships, but I specifically bought the Ride-in ship a long time ago, years. But I knew also about this R-Type Command pre-order bonus thing that you get, and it's basically, you know, a black R9 ship. And you know, I'm not really. I mean, I love R-Type and everything, but I love R-Type Delta and the Cerberus ship with the claw, you know, and the lightning. It's my favorite R-Type ship. Anyways. I've been wanting this for a while because I thought maybe I could mod it into looking like the Cerberus. I haven't done that yet, obviously, it's still in the package. But I bought this off eBay for $10. It's pretty cheap right now. I mean, you just have to wait for the right auction to come up.
Used. Beware of stains.
Oh yeah, I also bought this off eBay. It is a composite and S video scaler to HDMI. It also has a optical out. And you may ask, you know, you have a TV, you have a monitor that has all these hookups, why buy something like this? And the reason is because, you know, I don't like those big fat CRTs. I know a lot of guys that play their old retro games on them, they swear by them, but I just, you know, when we got out of the Stone Age of 180-pound, 30-inch televisions, I was happy. I was looking forward to these thin things, these LED, LCD things that'll, you know, be as thin as a piece of paper. But you know, as time moves on, they're getting rid of these inputs, especially the S-Video. Sometimes then the component hookups, the green input will double as the regular composite. So you would hook up, you know, your component with the audio, but instead of, you know, you just hooked your yellow into the green. And I found one before at the thrift stores, but you know, it didn't seem to work for lower resolutions, I guess, 240p input. This thing, this company in particular makes some really high quality stuff. Now I didn't pay high quality dollar for this, I only paid $30, and it didn't come with the power adapter, but I was assured a return, and the day I got it, I went to the thrift store and bought the exact voltage and amperage that I needed. So, and it works well. Maybe I'll do something on that in the future, show you what it's like. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something like that to hook up to an HD monitor, and this thing actually, it looks exactly like you would hook it up through S-Video Composite. There's no degradation of the quality, audio or video wise. And you know, I know there's higher cost and alternatives that give you a better picture, like the XRGB junk, but you know, I just want a quick solution in the future. I'm not really interested in investing all that money, and this was $30. Just, you have to sit and wait. This took me about maybe a couple weeks to find when I started looking for it, but I saw, you know, complete auctions that they had come up before cheap, so you just have to wait.
So he's going through this box here. I saw PlayStation 4 games. And that's the guy. Topher. Okay, I gotcha. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Actually, it all came from my parents. They just held on to it. I found it one day. I said, I'm taking this from you guys.
If I wanted, I mean, you said you want to keep some of them. If I wanted, like, you know, maybe 2 or 3, how much are you thinking maybe?
$1 a piece? Well, I guess it depends on which game.
Yeah. Destination Airstar.
I got us a fog machine.
See, it's called bartering. Because I gave Tim a video game. I don't know about Arkanoid. I think that's the only one I have.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was thinking more like if I had duplicates.
Okay. Well, how about these 3?
Hey, it's too cold for him out here. Please put him away.
Ice hockey.
That's the only contra I have.
I'm gonna go.
Let me keep that.
Okay.
For those 2,
Yeah.
$2, man. $2.
Okay. You didn't have any, like, I have a Sega Genesis as well.
Oh no, the only system I have is a Panasonic 3DO.
I went to this, why am I showing stuff to you? I should show stuff, I should talk about it first, then show stuff, right? So anyways, there was this community sale, and not many people had stuff that I was interested in, and, you know, I picked up a Move controller, the navigation one with the thumbstick, because I have Epic Mickey, and I haven't played it yet, but I also have the camera. So, yeah, I picked up that and a bunch of other things. And anyways, I also found some Nintendo games. I was at this guy's setup. He wasn't anywhere to be found, but there were, like, you know, steps in front of his apartment leading up to the second floor apartment in the same apartment building, and he had, like, some PS4 games, some PS3 games, some Blu-rays. And I started flipping through this box, and he's like, oh, wait a second, you know, I just was going through those. He wasn't interested in selling them. So anyways, I said, do you have any other video game stuff? And I mentioned Nintendo, and he, like, you know, had this puzzled look in his face, goes back into his garage, brings out this big box of Nintendo games. And he said that they were at his, I think, parents' house or something, like, they weren't his or whatever, but they gave it to him. And you know, I kind of convinced him to go through them with me. And at first he said I couldn't have any doubles, but you know, I think because I picked up, you know, Castlevania 2 first, and then Castlevania 3, which is the star of the show here, he, you know, thought it was the same game or something. So he let me have it, because I had picked up, like, Arkanoid and something else, more or less things that I felt like, you know, I could get rid of. you know, I want to hold on to Castlevania. Hopefully he doesn't notice that I have Castlevania 3. And so yeah, he took Arkanoid away. He didn't take this one. I don't know why. Maybe he thought it was lame or something, but they ended up being $1 each. I thought, you know, because he seemed like he wanted to hold on to them. You know, he gave them to him for $1 each. He said he, you know, wasn't even planning on bringing them out, and then he was going to put them away after I left. So, and the stupid thing about this was, on eBay, I had seen one of these. Someone had mistakenly listed this as another game, and it was spelled wrong, and it was complete in box, and the price dropped to like $22 or $23, and I was like, man, that's a really good price for a complete in box Castlevania, but I'm not really hooked on getting a complete in box Nintendo collection. I know I should have stepped in. Someone bought it. It was sitting there for days, but I felt really bad. You know, I never had this game. I haven't found it. I mean, literally, a couple days later, I'm at this garage sale, finding this game for $1. And that's all I want. I want the game. I mean, if it was Genesis, I'd like to have the box and the manual and everything. But anyways, Nintendo games for $1 each. That's definitely a score.
It's time for another What the Fuck, Goodwill?
Kidding me?
So anyways, there's this community sale on a Sunday, and a lot of houses are there, and I actually didn't find much. A handful of things. One of the houses had Kirby. I asked for games. I mentioned DS. The kid brings out 3DS games, including Kirby's Triple Deluxe, and I think he wanted $5 for this. I obliged that, and you know, after I left the community sale, I was like, man, I should have, because I think they had Wii stuff there, and I said I should have asked like if they had any Wii games, because you know, I want Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Wii, and I should have bought it earlier, but now the price has gone up because apparently there were so few printed. So, you know, a little downtrodden on my way back. I was thinking about, man, I should have asked. I'll stop by the thrift store. I go to the thrift store.
So I was just at that community sale where there was that 3DS Kirby game, and I forgot to ask the kid if he had any Wii games, because I figured he might have their maybe Return to Dreamland. But I go to Goodwill afterwards, and look what I find. Still deciding. Japanese Game Boy game. And behind me, a ton of Japanese Dreamcast. And regular Dreamcast.
So holy crap, I'm at that thrift store, and wouldn't you know, Kirby's Triple Deluxe is sitting on the shelf, complete. Just, you're not gonna see this because it's not close enough, but just beautiful condition, you know? Brand new. Among other things, I don't know what happened, but there was like Japanese stuff there. There was, I mean, on this shelf I found Popeye 2 for the Japanese Game Boy. I mean, this is the Japanese. I don't know if this game was released here. Probably was. But yeah, the Japanese version of Popeye 2. I found sealed versions of Dead Space, which is a very good game. I'm sure most people have played it. If you haven't, I mean, it's action and it's good horror. You know, nothing really campy or just, you lose the surprise quickly playing Doom 3 with skeletons that rape you from behind when you grab a health power up. And Dante's Inferno, sealed on the PS3, you know, that's pretty slick. But on the shelf just behind me, there were Japanese Dreamcast games, some American Dreamcast games, and I picked up Virtual Fighter 3 Team Bout or Virtua Fighter 3 TB. The only reason I got this was because, you know, I'm curious. I'm looking through it. I'm seeing what it has in there. It has a second disc. Project Berkeley. Now, Shenmue fans, maybe less informed Shenmue fans, this is basically information about, I'll get a close up here. It's information about Shenmue before it was Shenmue. It started as a Saturn project, and yeah, basically this is like a little demo thing that tells you about what Shenmue is, although there is another thing called What's Shenmue that was only released in Japan. And I'm gonna refocus this, but
Good.
This shelf was Kirby
Okay, so-
and some Xbox PS2 games. This shelf was Dreamcast, import Japanese Dreamcast, American Dreamcast. Actually, some of the import Dreamcasts were burned discs, so I don't know why. But on the shelf behind the Kirby, I don't think I got that on film, there were some Atari games. We got Zaxxon, which is a Sega published release for the Atari 2600. And we got Combat, but not just Combat. Weird that it's complete in box, yes. And it was, besides Zaxxon, the only Atari game there. But it's also a gatefold box. All of these ended up being $2.49 each. Obviously, the Kirby Triple Deluxe was $5. These were $1.99. I don't understand. I mean, there were no price tags on them. I bring it up to the counter and they gave me the price. I can argue it, but you know, I didn't want to argue these prices. I wanted to kind of like get out of there, you know. It's not a yard sale, but you can still bargain for prices sometimes at the thrift stores.
Talking like these, right?
Yeah.
You had Harry Potter, Pirates. This one, I think, is a DS.
That's Game Boy.
Advance. It's the Game Boy. The game that's in this is Tarzan. And this is the little one. Game Boy Micro. Actually forgot I had them. So what, you want everything?
Yeah.
How much were these when you bought these?
Well, when they were brand new, they were over $100.
Yeah, give me $25 for everything.
Okay. You take 15?
I'll take 20 and call it a deal.
How about 18 to meet you in the middle?
All right.
So I've been getting pretty lazy with pulling out my camera when I go immediately to a sale because I have to, you know, swing around the backpack, open it up, swipe, start the recording thing, make sure I'm recording, and then turn the screen off. I have a little thing that allows me to record even though the screen's off. And yeah, either way, it's a big hassle, and you know, for the most 90% of the time, people are going to say no, we don't have any of that. We have girls, which is a stupid answer. But yeah, anyways, you know, this time was one of those times where I pulled out the camera, hopefully, you know, not suspiciously. While I was asking the question, I had asked them if they had any video games, and the thing is, you know, sometimes when you say Nintendo, you say Sega. I always like to mention Game Boy because it seems like more people know what Game Boy is, or have had a Game Boy, or know someone who has had a Game Boy. So I always specify at the top Game Boy. And last thing I usually specify is Atari, unless they're like really old and they say, "Oh no, we're too old for that." I'm like, even Atari?
Only missile command.
But yeah, they said they had Game Boy stuff. I was not, I think they said maybe they had Game Boy Advance, I wasn't sure. But you know, the guy digs out these 2 cases, and I was like, there's only one thing that could be in this case. And that is a Game Boy Micro. And, where's the on switch to this thing, right? Okay. I don't know, when was the last time this guy had this thing on? Game Boy batteries seem to last forever. Get the good capture there of the screen quality. The Game Boy Micro has a crazy high density pixels, you know? And I think I ended up paying 18. He wanted originally like, this is a Game Boy Advance SP obviously. I think he wanted like 20. Oh, it's a 101. Wow. Really nice condition. But yeah, he wanted like 20, 25 or something originally, and I swung him down to 18.
Well, what do we have here? Commodore? TI-99 4A? Stickers!
Did you look in the box?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't find anything?
Yeah, I saw,
There's 4.
yeah, I looked in there and there wasn't any cords. There were papers and stuff, but I guess they can still kind of work. Do you know how much you would want for the computer? Can I have 15 for this one? With it?
Yes. 15 for both?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Look at that room here.
We got a Commodore Plus 4 and a TI-99 4A. And, you know, as I'm making this deal, these cost 15 together. I'm like, why am I buying this? I mean, I don't have any games. This thing's missing its power adapter. I'm never gonna find this thing. It's just like some crazy power hookup for that. And I had actually found a TI-99 game for Hunt the Wumpus, but I ended up donating it to Goodwill because I couldn't make use of it. Don't know why. But yeah. Anyways, this was $15, and I just felt I still kind of feel stupid. I didn't clean it up yet, but and obviously I don't know if it works because it doesn't have power cord. This thing came with, like, you know, manuals and junk. All right. Let's put this over here. Nice and compact, you know, like those console/computers always are. But yeah, I'm going through this place. I'm looking for anything that looks like it could be a power cord or video cord, or controller or games or whatever, and they had no clue where anything was. So yeah. Anyways, pretty slick finding for someone else, but I don't know. This is kind of dead weight for me, and I really don't know. I really don't know why I picked it up. So stay tuned because I'm expecting. I mean, it's June coming up. Oh yeah. Okay, with June coming up, there's probably going to be a huge upsurge in sales. There's always these community sales going on, so I'm expecting some big things. I always do. It's out there. Now go get it.